Alright, so apparently the live feed didn't work out very well. I don't know what happened. It worked great the other day when I did the test run. And, so, sorry about all of that. We'll try to get that straightened out. But I'm sure you guys want to know what happened, why I got let go. Before we do that, let's say hello to Dave Carew, Sierra Forest Service, David Fox, Patrick Lenting, Matthew Priest, Overhead 18, John M. Noah. Oh, John M. and Noah Blank, sorry. Caesar Salazar, Sam L., Adam Quinn, Nick Kilowansky, Stephanie Larrabee, Axel Pug Eakin, Country Boy 720, Farmer J. Howell, Michael Johnson, Robert Cole, and Tree Devil 01. Thank you all for hitting the subscribe button. We're glad to have you here with us. Anyway, so what happened? Why did I get let go? Well, first of all, I want to say I absolutely will not badmouth their woods boss. The guy is one of the hardest working SOBs I've ever been around. He's 57 years old. And he still goes out on that rigging every day, and he pounds that brush like he's a bull elk. So, he absolutely stood up for me and went as far to bat as he could without threatening to leave himself. So, as for Rich, I have no hard feelings. But the morning started, and the last couple of days, the kid has been getting a little bit better. He's lazy, but as long as he's not arrogant and all that, it was all right. Well, I'm working along there, and I feel something, and I look over, and he's got a tree length that come in by the top, and he's got it into the side of my loader. And you can tell by the video how far apart we are. We're 60 feet apart. So I grabbed the CB mic real quick, and I'm like, Zach, wait, you're into me, stop. Well, he kept moving, and I go, Zach, just stop, please. I will turn it for you. I told him the other day, I said, them top of heads come in, just hand them over here, and I'll turn them for you, make it easier. It's not like we're getting 50, 60 loads a day and neither one of us have time, you know. So, and that kind of made me mad because he put a dent in that new loader, and I'm the one that has to tell the boss that there's a dent. So I went down on the rigging and set a few chokers and just cooled down. When they were getting ready to call for a bunch of tree rigging and stuff, so I said, well, I'll just jump back up on the landing and help the chaser get that stuff hooked up, and then I'll clean the chute out. So, partially my fault, 99% Zach's fault, the processor operator, was putting some rigging on the T-bar and stuff, but I was turned around backwards. But the reason I was turned around backwards looking at the order is because the chaser was bringing the stuff to me, and I was grabbing it and hooking it on for him. Well, we just unbelled the choker, so there's still logs in the chute. Well, he swings over and grabs the log with the head of that processor, and it was about 6 inches from the back of my legs. And, you know, those heads, the weight they are, it hits the ground, makes a bam, and it scared me, so I jumped. Well, I cussed at him and told him I didn't give a F how good of an operator he thought he was. Don't ever get that head that close to me. So now he's mad at me for cussing at him. Well, and then we started having a little bit of trouble with the carriage.
Sorry, I didn't realize that.
Okay, sorry. I lost my concentration there for a second. Anyway, so he's mad because I cussed at him. Well, we were having some trouble with the carriage. And they bring a turn in, and the clamp on the Skyline won't work. It's working, but it's not grabbing the Skyline. So when he tries to land the logs, the carriage is slipping back. Well, the processor operator had spun around, so he was looking at me and away from the chute, but he's on his phone. And the order engineer says, hey, Zach, can you grab these logs and pull them out of the way so I can lay the carriage down to work on it? And so the order engineer asked him again, well, I'm loading a truck, and I hear it, and I'm looking, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, lazy son of a bitch, he's on his phone again. So I swing around to grab a log as I see they go ahead and try it anyways. No fault of Wyatt's. Wyatt's just trying to to keep production moving. So he's doing what he thinks needs to be done. It was wrong, but Wyatt was trying to make the right moves. And the chaser is getting enough experience now that he doesn't wait for, the go ahead. He knows so he goes running in there. Well, I watched the logs come down and then see the carriage start taking off. Well, the problem of it was, even if Wyatt holds his foot on the brake, as soon as the belly and the skid line and the belly and the drop line come up tight, those logs are going back up in the air. So I start screaming. Wyatt's screaming. Everybody's got earplugs in and they're in cabs, so the chaser really can't hear him. He goes running in there. Logs go flying up in the air. Thank God it was just the belly wasn't enough for the carriage to pick up too much speed. It did hit him. It did bruise his leg. So I grabbed the CV mic and I start screaming at Zach again. Spin around, God damn it, get off your fucking phone, start doing your goddamn... I lose it. I go off the handle. So I tell him right then, I said, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. I am not going to sit here and be a part of this and watch him, his laziness. It's not that he's incompetent, because he can run equipment. He's damn good at it. But he's fucking lazy. And I hope you're watching, because you'll never be any good as long as you're lazy. So that's all over and done with, nothing said, so the Woods boss comes up and he asked me to explain to him what happened. So I told him, and he said, will you please give me till the end of the day to get this straightened out? And I said, absolutely, because I got nothing but respect for Rich. And I do understand that Todd is just trying to change his son and turn him into a man, instead of a little boy somewhat of a man's body. I get that. And I knew when I drove off the job Wednesday night that I was going to be looking for another job, but I hoped I wasn't going to. So, a couple hours go by, we're logging, we change roads. Well, they pulled the skyline out a little bit farther to make the road change. And we only had about 12, 15 wraps on the drum to get it down and put the carriage on. Well, with the system that the 50s have on them, it's just a nub in there. So when you get down to the last wrap, it can come out and go through the tube. And then it's a big foul. So Wyatt asked me if I would help him. So I jump up there, we got the guy lines and everything, and I'm standing on the drum. And I said, okay, I want you to put it in reverse and start reversing it off so that we don't lose this skyline. I'm going to take you down to a wrap and a half, which is more than enough to keep it in there. And then we'll see if we have enough to get the carriage on. Because if the processor operator could lift the carriage up onto the line, then we could pick it back up. He would have plenty on his drum. They could log the road out. And then all we'd have to do is just set the carriage back farther on the landing when they were ready to change it. Everything would have been fine. So he starts slacking it off, and he's watching me. Well, Zach comes up out of the side, not knowing what's going on. Whoa, 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 whoa. So Wyatt hits stop. What's the matter? And it made me mad. So I go, you know what, Zach? I know how to do my job. But if you think you know how to do it better than me, and I've got 20 years experience on you, get your ass up here and do it. So I climbed off. Well, as I'm coming down the ladder, he starts mouthing off to me. So we get into a little bit of a piss match, and he goes, exact words, people. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to punch you in the face. So I said, there's my opening. Got in my pickup, I went to the bottom of the hill, and I told the Woods boss, I've been threatened by violence by the owner's son. It's me or him. He said, absolutely, he'll be gone tomorrow morning. I'll see you in the morning. Okay, thank you. 7 o'clock that evening, I get the phone call saying I was let go. That's what happened.